What's up everybody, welcome back. If you've been watching the channel lately, you know Ford just dropped the Mustang Dominion GT, a full-size Mustang SUV pushing close to 900 horsepower, and it's been blowing up everywhere. Well, word is GM isn't just going to sit back and watch. Today we're talking about the Chevrolet Camaro SUV, and if what we're hearing is even close to accurate, this thing is coming for the Dominion directly. Before we get into it, if you're new here, this is what we do. We cover every major reveal, every concept, every rumor in the SUV and performance space, so go ahead and subscribe if that's your thing. Because we've got a lot more of these coming. Okay, so let's talk about why this matters. The Camaro nameplate has always meant one thing: American muscle, low to the ground, rear-wheel drive, big engine up front. Turning that into an SUV sounds almost like a contradiction. But honestly, this is exactly the kind of move GM needs to make right now. The Camaro as a traditional coupe has struggled with sales for years, while SUVs and crossovers are basically what's actually selling in this market. So rather than let the nameplate die out completely, the idea here is to give it a second life in the body style people are actually buying. Let's get into what we're expecting on the outside. Picture the aggressive front end of the current Camaro, that wide stance, the split headlight look, but stretched and raised into a full SUV silhouette. Expect a low, wide hood line even on the SUV version, because GM's not going to want to lose that muscle car visual identity just because the body style changed. Big wheel arches, aggressive lower intakes, probably a rear spoiler or roof-mounted wing to keep that performance visual language intact. This isn't going to look like a soft crossover, it's going to look like someone took a Camaro and inflated it. Inside, expect a driver-focused cockpit layout. That's been a Camaro signature forever, wrapping the dash and controls toward the driver. But you'll probably get more usable rear seat space and cargo room than any Camaro before it, since that's kind of the whole point of going the SUV route. Digital gauge cluster, big central touchscreen, and I'd expect some kind of special badging or trim package to signal this is the performance flagship. Not just a regular SUV with a Camaro badge slapped on. Now the part everyone actually cares about, the powertrain. We're hearing GM's answer to the Mustang Dominion's roughly 900 horsepower could land somewhere around 700 horsepower. Likely from a supercharged V8 setup, similar to what we've seen in the top Camaro trims historically. Possibly paired with some kind of electric assist to close that power gap without needing an entirely new engine architecture. 0 to 60 is expected to be in the mid 3-second range, which for something this size would be genuinely shocking. All-wheel drive is basically a given here. You can't put down that kind of power in a vehicle this size without it. Expect adjustable drive modes, launch control, and probably some kind of track mode borrowed from the current Camaro's performance software, adapted for a taller, heavier vehicle. Let's talk suspension for a second, because this is actually one of the trickier engineering problems here. Building a Camaro-badged SUV that still feels like a Camaro to drive means GM's going to need some serious suspension work, adaptive dampers. Probably magnetic ride control like we've seen on Corvettes and high-end Camaros, just to keep body roll in check given the higher center of gravity. Now let's actually compare this to the Mustang Dominion, since that's really what this whole story is about. Ford's Dominion is rumored to be pushing closer to 900 horsepower, which on paper gives it a clear edge in outright numbers. But GM's approach, if the rumors are accurate, might lean more toward being the sharper handling, more track-capable option, kind of continuing that classic Mustang versus Camaro rivalry. Just now in SUV form instead of coupe form. Ford's playing the raw power card, GM's rumored to be playing the precision card. There's also a case to be made that GM might undercut Ford on price here, since Chevrolet has historically positioned the Camaro as the more attainable option in that rivalry. If that holds true in SUV form, you could be looking at a genuinely quicker path to entry into this whole high-performance SUV category, compared to what Ford's asking for the Dominion. As for release timing and pricing, nothing's been officially locked in. This is still very much in rumor territory, but given how fast Ford moved with the Dominion, I wouldn't be shocked if GM tries to fast-track a reveal to keep the conversation going and not cede the entire narrative to Ford. If I had to guess, expect pricing to land somewhere in the $70,000 to $90,000 range depending on trim, putting it right in that same competitive zone as the Dominion. So here's the real question: does this actually work? Turning a rear-drive muscle coupe into a full-size performance SUV is a massive shift, and it's not automatically going to land with the Camaro faithful who might see this as diluting the nameplate. But if GM nails the performance numbers and keeps that aggressive visual identity intact, this could genuinely be one of the more interesting vehicles to come out of Detroit in years. And honestly, it might be exactly the kind of shakeup this segment needs right now. Let me know down in the comments, are you here for a Camaro SUV, or does this feel like GM chasing a trend instead of staying true to what made the Camaro special in the first place? And who do you think wins this one, Ford's Dominion or Chevy's answer to it? If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that subscribe button because we're covering every angle of this rivalry as more details come out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.